fiancé's father, Lord Halifax, was clearly suffering from gout and took longer to extricate himself from his seat. Dropping a kiss on Lily's cheek, Edward moved past her and surveyed the empty hallway. "Where on earth are they? Shouldn't they be here by now?" "I spoke to Helena and Lady Halifax not long ago," Lily reassured him. "I'm certain they'll be here presently." Seeking to divert his attention, she caught sight of the evening paper on a side table. "Has there been any news?" "Nothing from the Austrians, though it's only a matter of time." Edward picked up his glass of port, drained what was left of it, and grimaced. "We'll all be at war before the summer is out." "Is there truly no hope that an agreement can be reached?" she asked, already knowing the answer. "Best to get it over with," Edward said. "Like, how did you put it, Lord Halifax?" "Lancing a boil." "Yes, that was it. Quick and sharp, that's how we'll do it. We're sure to prevail, and once we do, we'll finally be certain of peace." A dismissive harumph from the library door told Lily that Lady Halifax had arrived. "None of your war talk this evening, gentlemen," the Countess commanded. "You'll alarm the young ladies." Edward smiled apologetically. "You're quite right, of course." Stepping forward, he kissed Lady Halifax's hand with a flourish. Then he turned to his fiancée, who had been hovering behind her mother, and bestowed upon her the full, dazzling effect of his smile and regard. "Helena, my darling, you look utterly beautiful tonight. I'm so very proud." He reached into his coat and pulled out a slim leather box from the inside breast pocket. "A small token of my esteem. I do hope you like it." Helena opened the box, her gloved fingers fumbling with the catch, and gasped as she saw the diamond bracelet inside. She looked up at Edward, her heart in her eyes, and Lily felt a brief and disquieting spark of envy. Was that what it felt like to love, and to be loved in return? A discreet tap at the door announced the butler's arrival. Resplendent in his silk tailcoat, Mr. Maxwell led them up the grand staircase to the ballroom. As they approached the ornate double doors to the room, the orchestra inside fell silent and the accompanying din of voices grew hushed. Mr. Maxwell's sonorous baritone was perfect for such occasions. "The Earl of Halifax and the Countess of Halifax," he proclaimed, "the Viscount Ashford and the Lady Helena Montague Douglas Parr." Lily stood well back, waiting until the watching eyes of the crowd were elsewhere, then slipped into the ballroom, all but unnoticed. She made her way around its perimeter, greeting those guests to whom she'd already been introduced, repeating the same inanities of weather and health each time. And each time, as she met their eyes and shook their hands, she was beset by the conviction that the interior life of the person to whom she spoke was utterly unknown to her. They might as well have been animated silhouettes, so profound was the effect they had on her. Not that she was likely to have made any more lasting an impression on any of them. She made her way to the blue drawing-room, intent on finding a quiet corner where she might sit and sip at a glass of lemonade. Then she saw him. Robert Fraser. Robbie. She had only met him once before, when her brother had invited his best friend from Oxford to stay for the long Easter weekend. Her parents had disapproved, of course, appalled that Edward would choose to associate with the son of a Glaswegian dustman. But Edward had insisted on bringing his friend to Cumbermere Hall for the holiday, and what her brother wanted he very nearly always got. Though 7 years had passed since that weekend, she recognized Robbie straight away, though she could discern little of the boy he'd once been. He was as fair as ever, his hair the colour of honey, and his eyes were the same bright blue of her memories. But he carried himself like a man, with none of the gracelessness and bluster of youth, and held himself so confidently that he overshadowed every other person in the room. He looked wonderful in formal dress, worn by a lesser man, the conventional ensemble of black silk.